Welcome back to another day on the farm. Just before the camera crew left, we were struggling a bit to try and get everything done. Well, my team and I, and yes, all of my workers are now a team. We worked through the whole night and got everything done that we needed to. The camera crew went home. They really couldn't stay any longer, but we couldn't wait for them. So let's go around real quick, see what all we got done here. We got this whole field plowed up, planted, and it looks like our grass is already starting to grow. So this whole field is already finished off. I forgot to get this covered. We did get all of our silage compacted. We'll get our cover on here, and it can start fermenting for us. I should have done that last night before going to bed, but, well, I guess after all the work we put in, I just completely forgot about it. So we got this field turned over, planted, and we got both of these fields taken care of as well. So we've now got canola planted over in this one, and barley planted in this one. We were rushing to get them in just before the end of the season here for planting, and we managed it. While my workers were getting all that done for me too, I did also get our sign repainted here, so it's a little bit easier to see now. We're definitely going to end up having to move it, or at least make sure we can mow around it or something. But I figured I'd show everything off to you guys. We did get all the rocks cleaned up off of all the fields turned over, replanted, and everything's going pretty well here. Looks like Oscar's already up for the day. The morning, I should say, maybe. So, with everything they did last night, I did give everybody the day off today. So, it's just going to be me working around here. We've always got something to do, even though we've got our fields going already. I did feed some of the hay that we had sitting in our forage wagon over to these cows. It looks like they went through most of it. So we may end up having to feed them again here soon. We might actually have to try and get some more grass cut around the property and get more hay made for them. Oh, looks like our chickens definitely need some more food. I did also take some of our sorghum. Well, actually, I think all of our sorghum that we had up to the bakery, because the bakery was almost out of wheat. And there's not a whole lot people come to on this island, and I guess the bakery is one of those things, the bakery and the supermarket, the market. Make sure I don't run into the four-wheeler. Alright. There's a chance we'll end up having to buy some chicken feed, because I don't know how much wheat we really have left in here. Keep those chickens fed. Okay. Now I have some wheat left in there at least. Apparently I can't run backwards though anymore. There we go. Yeah, so this is about half the wheat we have left. Turn it all over to the chickens, and hopefully we won't wind up having to buy them some feed put in line. And that was way more than they could even take. Alright, I guess we'll leave the trailer here for right now. Well, no, it'll take them a while to eat through the rest of that. Go ahead and dump this back into the silo for now. That's a squirrel. Gosh, bro. We'll chase after it in a second. Oh, that was a crow. Even worse. Alright. Where did I have? I had a nice little truck, didn't I? Yep, right in a tiny little spot that I'm probably not going to get back into. out the truck. Like that. Alright, I think we are going to be using the truck some today. So, one of the things I've been noticing, the trees right along our road here seem to really be getting in our way some. As much as it's nice to... Come on. As much as it's nice to come down here and have the trees all along our path here, it's just kind of in the way. And that is a good bit of space we could take for expanding our grass field, or at least having some grass to mow or feed off of the cows. So I think we're going to take down those trees. We also do need to take down a couple over here by the lake, because these are just far too much in the way of our silo. So we'll knock those two down. Maybe this one as well. Clear out this little spot. Not sure yet if we're going to keep it clear, if we'll end up replanting some trees later on, but they're at least in the way for now. So first thing we're going to have to do, though, because I think this trailer's a little bit bigger, is we're going to have to unload, or at least get all the bales off of this trailer. Keep them covered here underneath the... Keep them covered here underneath the shed here, but I mean, we're going to need this trailer for hauling wood. I'm hoping that we'll be able to haul these out of here and maybe make enough off of them in order to go buy an actual wooded plot. Like over that way or over that way, somewhere where we'll have enough forest to actually really get some logging going. Nothing major, but we need to get some so that we can do all of our construction around here, and I know the few trees we're pulling out of here aren't going to do that much for us. Let's go around the back here. I did end up having to buy a little bit more fertilizer as well. To be honest, I didn't completely fertilize our grass field here because I know we're already going to have more grass than we need off of it. I really hate putting these all right here on the ground, but we gotta put them somewhere. Well, I guess as long as we get this trailer cleared off, we'll be okay. We really don't have much use for this straw right now anyways, but I know we're gonna be needing it. Because as soon as that silage ferments, we're gonna start getting those cattle on some TMR instead of the hay. Right now the hay's tiding them over, but I'm trying not to just completely fill it up with hay. They're really gonna do a lot better with the TMR. Give us some better milk as well, which we might actually have to sell off today too. That tank of ours only holds 1,000 liters. Last night I had to go and do about 6 or 7 trips, I think, with that little tanker back and forth to our spigot, just so that we could fill up the water in there. Cattle were running pretty dry, and we've got some nice storage for water in that pen. Guess we'll have to see about getting Hans to find us a better tanker as well as the mower. He is working on the mower, though. I know that. He actually ended up telling me yesterday that he was going to be back into town late today because he was trying to source something for me and bring it back with him if he could. I told him that with the equipment I have, anything would be better. It's about the only thing that I couldn't do faster with is a little push mower or something, but any sort of ride-on or 3-point attachment mower will do us a lot better than that little Ulsa we have. That thing just takes me forever. Took me a couple hours just to plow that area to make this field. Now we're going to have twice as much to plow. And even though I can probably have a worker do it now, since at least that field's a little bit more defined, I don't think that I want to waste that much time or that much money paying them to do all that. I know it looks like I've got about the same amount I probably did yesterday, but to be honest, we made quite a bit of money off of the bakery and then spent quite a bit of money on labor at the same time. And fertilizer. So we really didn't end up gaining much of anything or losing much of anything. Well, I suppose we really didn't gain anything. We did lose it because the bakery went through a lot of wheat and flour already. Pretty amazing. They actually milled down the wheat themselves, flour, and then use the flour to make bread. Apparently they can do it with cakes as well, but we don't have anywhere near enough supplies right now for them to make cakes. Unless we start buying stuff from the mainland or from downriver and shipping it in. Keep saying mainland. We're not really on an island. It's just a matter of we're completely cut off. So we've got to be pretty self-sufficient. I'm also still trying to figure out exactly what we want to do out here. Still think maybe I should put in a sheep pasture. Been starting to think maybe about doing some grapes as well. I don't know though. We're gonna see. This farm is not anywhere near the shape that I was hoping it would be in when I came out this way. And even though the show's getting a little bit of attention here, it hasn't been making me any money. But I have been getting some inquiries about people coming and vacationing out here, or helping out around the farm here. So we'll see. I think that we will have to do some little vacation homes or something out here. But I did find out even that little tiny home that I have, if I'm doing it as this vacation home for people to come stay in, it's going to cost quite a bit for me. Apparently our construction guy does not mind helping out at all if it's for the town or for the people around here. But if it's simply to bring in some tourists and try to get me to make money, he's got to charge me full price because of codes, which I don't quite understand, seeing as we're a small town and probably don't have much in the way of coding, but I don't know, maybe it has to do with something about me being able to get the insurance on them or something. But I had him price out doing the exact same sort of little small house that I have, tiny home, whatever it's called, and apparently that would be about $50,000 per unit, and I know it would take me quite a while to make that back. But I'd like to, but we're going to have to start making some more money off the farm or off some logging or something before I can even really think of putting in some vacation properties. And seeing as I don't have quite enough money right now to buy a new plot of land for some forestry, we're going to really hope that I can make a few thousand off of our lumber that we're going to take up and sell. That way I can start really trying to make some money off of our logging. Oh, maybe we'll just stack these over on this side. I'll just make one big old mess in here. As long as I can keep it out of the rain, and as long as I can get the equipment in and out, that's all that really matters, right? We don't have a hayloft or anything. I did promise Hans and some of the other workers in town that I'd try and get some housing built up for them as well. Alright, let's take that truck. We should be able to load it back to the truck plus that trailer. Like I was saying though, I did promise some of the people in town that I would try and build some housing once I had some money for it and some space for it, so that they wouldn't have to keep commuting everywhere, back and forth on the ferry every day. Let's take these down first so that we can get them out of the way of our bunker. Leave our truck out of the way here. I did find a chainsaw. back over with the rest of our equipment. Alright, don't hit the truck, don't hit the truck! Perfect. Okay. Let's see if we can get this limbed. We don't have any sort of forks or anything to try and load larger logs in, so I am going to have to make these small enough that I can cut them all up myself. There we go. Alright. I think I'm going to bring the trailer over and try to line it up, see if I can get them the exact same length as our trailer. Oh, that's perfect. Now I can just keep using that as a guide. As long as that won't get too heavy for me as I start getting a little bit further down. I will have to see if Hans can get us a stump grinder, or at least get one out here to rent or something to clear all these out as we're finished, but either that or I'll have to see about burning them out. I'd hate to do that on this side just because we've got all the other trees close enough and our silage there as well. I think that's going to be too heavy for me. Yes, it is. Alright. Well, I guess we'll start cutting that roughly in half. And then that can either go into the bed of our truck, or it can get stuck in 2 lines there for us. The trailer, 2 rows. Heavy. Start doing some smaller chunks here. Oh, that's getting a bit heavy already too. This is some heavy spruce. Well, maybe this is all just going to turn into firewood. Either that, or I could try towing it all into town with the side-by-side. Suppose all of our really small chunks can just get thrown into the bed of the truck. Or maybe even to our large trailer. If I can get them up that high. Alright, we'll get them out of here at least. And as long as it makes us a few thousand, we should be good to go get a logging property. But I will run into that exact same problem. We're going to need some sort of equipment here soon. Better shoot Hans a text and tell him to be on the lookout for some stuff for me. I guess any sort of loading log trailer or a small excavator or something. I'm really tearing this tree to shreds. Well, I guess most of this won't be usable for any sort of construction.